Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Data Standard Audio Experience. Today on our show we have Piya Mohapatra, the Director of Data Science at Monster. And today we're speaking more about building big data products from scratch, which is going to be a very interesting topic just to hear from Pia's perspective of the things that she's worked on in the past and currently working on. So welcome to the show, Pia. I'm very excited to just learn more about the work that you're doing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really thrilled to be here today speaking about all the fun work that we've been doing at Monster.
Yeah, definitely. And could you tell us just more about your background and the things that you might be working on right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So my formal education and formal training has been in economics and statistics, but I've not done any economics in a long, long time. The stats piece is really what stuck with me and I use on a day-to-day basis. And I focused in my undergrad and grad days, I focused a lot on programming courses and applied statistics. And economics is, applied stats. So that really led me. And I've worked in a few different sectors, but the work with data has always been really interesting and fun for me. So that's what I continued into sort of making my career in.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. What are some things that you think about before you start a project? Are there any thoughts or practices that kind of go through your head before you kind of manage and build a product or a project from scratch?
Yeah. So our team at Monster works very closely with the product group. And everything that we build out has to be aligned with the broader product strategy and where the organization is going. So the team that we have at Monster focuses on building either internal or external facing data products that have machine learning aspects to it. So we do some analysis as well, but it's the deep dives and answering business questions or why is something happening, if we changed a feature somewhere, how is that impacting users' behavior? That is not directly handled by our team. We have a separate analytics organization that focuses on that, whereas our team focuses on building the machine learning products like recommender systems or a lot of scoring products that tell you how good your profile is, how good your job posting is, or where you can improve something that might improve the quality of applications that you get for your job posting. So we focus on building products like those a lot.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's super interesting, the work that you're doing. And I wanted to talk about an interesting area that people maybe don't know when to use what. So, specifically with analytics versus machine learning, in your perspective, when do you use analytics versus machine learning? Is there certain data that you're working on? Is it specific projects? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So the best way to decide what method to use is to let the data tell you what is suitable for your use case and for the data. The best way, in my experience, to start a project is to start with the simplest method. And then if something doesn't work, you try out the next thing and then the next thing and then the next thing. I don't think, using deep learning or using neural nets for everything is always the right answer. Sometimes the simplest solution might work, might be the most robust. So I feel like the solutions should be determined by the underlying distributions that your data has, and you should pick the method for a reason. And there are always tests that you can do to figure out which method is the best and is the most suitable for that particular problem. So experimentation is definitely a big piece of what we do, and we try out many competing models and we figure out which one is the most robust, it works best, is probably least likely to fail when you encounter edge cases, or you might even decide to ensemble different methods. So every solution is unique.
Yeah, definitely. The next thing I wanted to talk about is just data strategies in general. What are some of your data strategies today that you've been able to use with some of the projects that you've worked on?
Oh, that's an excellent question. So data strategy is very near and dear to my heart because every data scientist knows that more than 50% of your time is spent just cleaning data. So good data strategy can help mitigate a lot of those problems. We were in a very fortunate situation because around the time I joined Monster, we were going through a tech transformation and we were moving a lot of our data from on-prem resources to the cloud, and we were revamping our tech platform and all of that. So I was able to be a part of that and give requirements for how we'd like to design our data lake, how we'd like to for things to be set up, how we'd like our machine learning environment to be. And that really helped. So that was 2+ years in the making. And we worked very closely with tag management teams, and we were able to influence how data is collected and what data points are being collected, so that down the road we can now use them in our models. So we were in a really fortunate situation. But data strategy is so important, because if you don't have the foresight to figure out what data points you will find important down the road, then when the time comes to answer critical business questions, you don't really have the data point. So then you have to go back to the drawing board again, right? So data strategy is definitely very, very important.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear from your perspective on everything. What has been specifically your favorite part about your line of work?
Well, building data products and the modeling piece is definitely very important. I don't get to do that a whole lot nowadays, unfortunately. I tend to focus on making sure that the team has everything that they need and the data elements are all in place, and then all the pipes are in place, and the team they have everything they need to do their work, and the product itself does not hit any roadblocks when it sees the light of day. A lot of my time is spent chatting with product managers and figuring out priorities for the business, and also in consulting with product and with marketing and some of our partner functions, and sort of advising people on what is possible with the data that we do have. So for instance, we have a lot of projects that are in flight. We also have a lot of projects that we've done POCs, but they're still on hold because the time is not right yet to build them out as full-fledged products. But we really want to showcase what is possible with our data, with what we already have. And we're just using about 70% of all the data points that we have. We still have a lot of data points that either are still being collected, or we have that data and we've not really used it. So figuring out the right projects for the data elements is very interesting to me. And making sure that the products are built for the right purpose and for the right problems, it definitely makes all the hard work that we do feel worthwhile. And it's great to see, when your project is done and when it's in production, and you can see the tracking and you can see all the numbers going green, and it's really impacting the business in a positive way. It's a really wonderful feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure it's exciting to build out that roadmap of the project or the product and see it actually be put out into production and other people using it. And yeah, I'm sure it's very rewarding to see it go from start to finish. Absolutely. And I wanted to say thank you so much for joining us today. At the Data Standard, we're trying to build a community where everyone can just network and collaborate with each other. So what is something that we can help you do?
Well, we're always on the lookout for people who are looking for interesting projects, people who have fresh perspectives, and who have fresh takes on problems that are classic and all businesses are trying to solve. I would love to hear more thoughts from people. I love to network. So I'm looking forward to being a part of this community and getting to interact more with the folks who are here.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll make sure to connect you with other people within their community so that you can network with them. And where can everyone find you online to connect with you?
I'm on LinkedIn. You can search for Piya Mohapatra and I'll come up. Or you can reach me at piya.mohapatra@monster.com.
Yeah, that's perfect. To our audience, for more information on the Data Standard, you can find us at www.datastandard.io, as well as on our LinkedIn and YouTube channel. And thank you so much, Piya, for joining us. It was so great to have you on the show. And I really look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Thanks.